The markets overnight in the US, it hasn't been good. What's your view of it?
Well, there's multiple causes, Pete. I know on Wednesday I wrote the stock market is on fire, but be careful, you might get burnt. And the reason was, the American stock market was only 5.5% off its high that we saw before the coronavirus. So there's been an overdue pullback.
Correction.
So, and of course, that's not the exciting headline that your colleagues would make for you. Imagine a headline: rotation in US stocks or pullback in US stocks. No, the big headline is second wave infections, and that is part of the cause this morning. In Texas and California, they've seen a rise in infections, and that has always been the big problem for the stock market to work out. Could a second wave happen? Now, Steve Mnuchin, who's the Treasury Secretary in the US, he's told Business TV overnight, which I wasn't watching, of course, because I was watching you. But he's made the point. You've scolded me in the past for that one. He has said we're not doing second wave closures, and that's going to be the real juggling exercise for the stock market. So, Pete, given the fact the market went up so much, it has to come back. There will be another opportunity to buy back into this market at a certain point in time. But it will depend on the severity of the second wave infections.
But this is an example of the volatility that the share market is going to go through for the next few months, maybe even the next few years.
Yeah, exactly right. And at the moment, there's other things in there as well. Because in the age of computer trading, AI, and all the other modern stuff that's come the computer age, we get bigger rises and we get bigger falls. And like a 6% fall overnight is because there are computer traders that see, the market's fallen 2%, we have to sell. And they automatically sell those.
This is like Bitcoin. This is like, the Bitcoin and the cryptocurrencies from yesteryear that were going up and down on an hourly basis.
Yeah, correct. And then also we're going to throw in the fact that the US Fed boss, Jerome Powell, yesterday, he didn't come out and say, everything's okay. He just said, he was quite realistic. He said the American economy will contract by about 6.5% this year, but will then rebound by 5% next year, which was not as exciting as the market wanted. So you put it all together, and the fact that the market had been running so hot, a sell-off is on the cards.
Yeah, why would we? Because our situation in Australia, and this is according to the OECD yesterday, our situation, our economic situation, is a lot better than it is in the US. So why would our falls be as sharp as they are in the US?
Well, they might not be, Pete. That's the one thing. Certainly, we haven't rebounded to the same extent as America, but we haven't got the FANG stocks, Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, all these companies have shot the lights out because they're really good when people are locked up. People do their Facebook stuff, they watch Netflix all the time, they're buying on online. So if you took out those FANG stocks from the S&P 500, I reckon that their rise, their comeback would be not all that different from us.
I tell you what, if Afterpay crashes, then you'd want to get on that.
Well, I think a lot of the stocks have done really well. Like, for example, I mentioned I wrote a story 2 weeks ago about Zip. It's up 74% since I wrote that. Now, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's the influence that you've got, Peter.
No. But the bottom line is, it was a company that was heading in the right direction. It'll pull back. But I think over a 2 or 3 year period, as long as the ACCC doesn't get involved and knock these sort of payment companies around, I think it's a company that's going to progressively go well because it's tapped on a new trend. Young people don't like credit cards. They like the Afterpay and the Zip type payment systems.
So what's your advice to investors at the moment, Pete? Just choose decent blue chips and then just leave it.
Yeah, I just say wait till this goes down. There'll be a turning point. I wait for a turning point, and I don't care if I miss the first 5% of the rise of the turning point. I then get in, and I'll give you an idea when I think I'm comfortable to buy again.
What is your view of our economy just in general at the moment? We just already talked about the OECD report yesterday. Things are pretty good compared to other countries. It did warn, though, if a second wave does hit Australia, it'd be a big hit, $25 billion hit to the Australian economy.
Yeah. Look, Pete, the SEEK job ads numbers this week were very good. The Westpac consumer confidence number, a very big rebound. That's a good sign. Business confidence also had one of the biggest rises ever. It's still in negative territory, but you put it all together, the Aussie economy is really tracking nicely. And I think the bottom line is, if there are no second wave problems, we're going to do okay. If there are second wave problems, we don't know how bad it will be.
But we can't. But would it be your view, like America, that if there is a second wave, you can't shut down?
I'm sure that's going to be the case. I think what they're going to do is isolate the areas, the people involved, and that sort of stuff. But I don't think they'll do a mega hibernation type shutdown.
Yeah.
No.